What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Welcome back to my channel, and today I wanted to do an overview of some Japanese promos that were created by big name companies. As you guys know, I absolutely love Japanese promos. It's what I primarily collect. And I wanted to make a comprehensive guide into this very specific niche of promos because for me, Japanese exclusives are everything. And whether you're a collector or an investor, nothing says exclusive like a region-based promo with a very limited print run. And some of these have exceptionally high value. And I'll give you a little info on who made them and more importantly, how highly they're valued in today's market. So let's get into it. And we're going to start all the way back in 1997. So these two cards are the Toyota Auto promos. And we have the Arcanine and the Pikachu versions. And yes, this is from the Toyota car company. And you got these promos by going into the car dealerships. And they were giving away a special folder containing these promos. And the demand, even all the way back in 1997, was so intense. Most of these dealerships ran out of them almost immediately. Now, finding one of these in mint condition is exceptionally hard, particularly the Pikachu version. I looked on eBay and there was nothing on there that was worth grading that I could find. But a raw copy of this Pikachu will set you back $30 to $100, depending on the condition of the card. So it's not too expensive, you know, if you want to put it into a binder or a folder. But it's the PSA 10 that has really high value here. According to PriceCharting.com, only 2 have been sold in the last 3 years. 2 PSA 10s in the last 3 years. The last one was sold in May 2025 for 1,800 euros. So the Arcanine one isn't quite as rare as the Pikachu one, and isn't as highly valued as the Pikachu one, but it has seen 3 trades in the last month, or should I say back in March, increasing from $554 all the way to $704 in the last month. So all PSA 10s, it could be something to watch there. That is quite a high jump from 544 all the way to a 704. All right, next on the list are the JR East promos. So JR East is the East Japan Railway Company, and in 1997 they also did a promo release where fans had to visit 30 different stations to earn a set featuring the famous Surfing Pikachu and Mew. And I'm sure you've all seen the Pikachu card before. It's one of the more popular ones. And it's been recently reprinted as a jumbo card, actually. But the card itself features the Bullet Train, which is a very famous part of Japanese culture right now, and Mount Fuji. And at the moment, the ungraded versions of the Pikachu card are hovering around $180. But again, because this is an old card, there's not that many that I would consider actually mint condition where you can go and actually, you know, get a PSA 10 out of. So the PSA 10s command a really hefty price here. There was only one sale in the last year that I could actually confirm was a PSA 10 and actually sold, and it was for $4,995. Yesterday in Japan, a PSA 9 sold for $2,768, so I'm fairly confident that that $5K price point for a PSA 10 is accurate. All right, next we have another famous card, and this one is from Nippon Airways, and you actually had to fly on a domestic flight and mail in your boarding pass after you've completed the flight to receive these back in 1998. And it's 2 cards, again, you probably do know about. Now, interestingly, the ungraded prices in the USA have seen a really sharp increase with the Flying Pikachu. The ungraded version was worth around $10 to $20 for much of 2023 and 2024. But in October 2025, so about 7 months ago, it went from being around $25 a card to $95 a card. And then the very last company that I'm going to talk about today is McDonald's. And now there are tons of other companies, but I do not have the capacity to go through them all in one video today. So I'll continue the series if the interest is there. But let's end on a high note because McDonald's is one of the most consistent producers of Pokemon promos. And has done so for the last 2 decades. So while we do get English McDonald's promos quite often here in the USA and in the UK. The Japanese ones are far better for collectors. And one of the most famous ones is the E-Series promo, and it's very, very expensive. A raw copy will set you back at least $300, but only 6 months ago, you would have got it for less than $100. So this is kind of like the trend I'm starting to see with a lot of these Japanese promos at the moment, the company-based promos, is that they have been very cheap for basically all of their history since they've been printed. But kind of like October 2025, they've seen like a huge jump in price, and this one like more so than any of the other ones. So like I said, a raw copy will set you back around $300. 6 months ago, 7 months ago, about $100. But for PSA, this is where it gets really crazy. The last one that I could find that was sold in Japan was only a couple days ago. It was for $6,395, and the last one in the US that sold was for $6,800. I don't think you could find a single asset, whether it's in the stock market or crypto or precious metals, whatever it may be. I don't think you could find anything that had a trajectory quite like this Pikachu did. It's just absolutely crazy. So promos, again, like I said at the beginning, very, very worth collecting and investing in if that's your thing. I'm more of a collector. I love to collect these. Most of mine are ungraded. They're just very hard to ship all the way from Japan, especially when they're older, and to get here in the US and to have them in good enough condition to get graded. But like I said, this is only a fraction of the cards that are out there, so let me know if you'd like to see more. Thanks.